be excused for any wrongdoings because you are a woman?
No.
Kindly read page 18 of your volume 1. What have you said in your pleadings in respect to the gender issue?
That the challenges facing women in political participation have been recognized as a real problem in Kenyan government structure, leading to the introduction of the 2/3 gender rule that is yet to be implemented several years after inclusion in the Constitution. There's no law requiring gender parity in gubernatorial positions, which have been a practice reserved for men and women and left to compete like any other male candidate, and therefore those who go through this should not be brought down where there is no wrongdoing.
So have you in any way sought to be excused because you're a woman in your pleadings?
No.
You have not. Let us talk about the approach taken by the MCAs. Have any of the MCAs or any committee of the County Assembly of Meru ever summoned you in the oversight role to address any of the issues that now appear in this motion for impeachment?
Chair, there was no such question in cross-examination. By law, that question is not permissible in re-examination because it's new territory and will not have the opportunity to address it.
I abandoned that question, Chair.
Then the objection by Dr. Mudhomi is upheld.
Thank you. Let us talk about the disbursement of bursaries through Kasti Misheni. Has Kasti Misheni disbursed any bursary funds?
No.
Has she collected a list of any needy students and presented them for allocation of any bursary funds?
No.
Finally, Governor, you have been accused of not working with any of the leaders of Meru. What would you like to say in this forum, specifically to the members who have been elected to represent the great people of Meru? If you're given that opportunity and forum, what would you say to all these elected leaders that you are accused of vilifying, whether or not they are participating in these proceedings or not? What would you want to tell them?
I've been working with all members elected in Meru County, and for any case that maybe there is little misunderstanding between myself and any other leader, I've gone ahead to try and seek remedy to the situation so that I can work with everybody.
That is all?
It is not all, because from my own understanding, I've gone around over 26 once in Meru County, and in every ward I've been accompanied by the area MCA. And in any other meeting that involves leaders in Meru County, my presence has been there.
Thank you. And for anyone who feels offended by your style of leadership, what would you like to say in respect to that issue?
Anyone who feels offended by my leadership, last 1 month and 1 week, I went ahead and apologized 70 times. And even now, I'm ready to apologize for anyone who feels offended.
Thank you, Honorable Governor. That will be all, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much. Counsel for the Governor, can you serve her with some water? Because she's still there. I now open the process to the distinguished gentlemen and ladies from the committee. Senator Roba.
Has the governor taken the water? Yeah, let her take the water. Thank you very much, Chairman. Honorable Governor, for some of the questions, just yes or no, that requires a bit of explanation, you will do. And for the benefit of, because the accusation that has been brought before us as an impeachment touches on you, and a lot has been brought out that is relating to attitude and roadside decisions and not getting along with the other leaders. My question very quickly is, after you are elected into office, having served in different capacity before, did you attend the induction courses arranged by Council of Governors to clarify roles, responsibilities, jurisdictions, and limitations?
Yes.
You have presented an evidence here, volume 2, from page 30 to the end, and the council can help you pull it out, your own evidence, volume 2. And there are a lot of photos of county first ladies and that. However, in the presentation by either your legal counsel or the key witness, it hasn't been clear what your intentions of presenting this additional evidence are. I would like to understand, by including this evidence, what did you want to achieve?
By including this evidence, I wanted to show that the role of first ladies were recognized then by the county assembly, the first governor and the second governor.
Okay, this is just to let you know, as a governor who have served for 10 years, other than some ceremonial representation, there is no budget or responsibility for county first ladies in county government. Yes. These images and photos that we've shown or previously publicized is just of them participating in departmental programs that has already taken shape. And as such, the illegality in terms of the spouses of the governors being able to play critical roles that are formal, it's not anywhere. It's just a goodwill of that. Now, on the norm of governors giving their, annual speeches or other speeches at the county, is that it's a very formal role. When we watched the video, you really looked combative, to be very honest. Even in your walking style, the way you've come, it was like you're spoiled for a fight. And I'm just, and the public have watched the video as it is. And again, unfortunately or fortunately, I've served for 10 years. And we've done these speeches. It's very formal, extremely quiet. The processes are captured. And you had quite a crowd following you up. It looked like you were prepared for some fight, some event, some show of force or something, yet it is some just procedural program that required you and your car, your security to drive into the premises and do what you are required to do. I really want to understand. I just saw the video of you walking very aggressively, actually, combatively, if I looked at it, because by the time you're walking, you're also throwing some words I could not understand, but I could see. I want to get to understand, were you pre-advised that there is a problem at the assembly?
Before the date or the day that I was to address the assembly, the clips have been played here where the MCAs and warned me that I should not attend and give my speech to the assembly because of the word fad. And when I arrived at the assembly, gate 1 was completely closed, and then I turned back to use the other gate. It was also closed. By then, people had started to gather at the gate.
Okay. The chief of staff in your county government, and the reason why I ask about whether or not proper induction was done, from the practice and for the formative years of the first 5 years of devolution, there was nothing to rely on. Second 5 years, there is institutional memory everywhere. This is personal staff of the governor. But then the evidence is presented of letters he has written to County Public Service Board and various other entities, including chief officers, the payroll manager, and everybody else, indicates that that is a clear role of the county secretary. And your chief of staff seems to be the most empowered or empowered staff in the county. And by the way, according to the guidelines given by Transition Authority earlier, simply you appoint that person yourself. It did not even require for you to take them through the board. I want to find out in all these documents that we have the head of public service, the county secretary. Why is it that the county secretary's documents or communication between the county secretary and the board is not apparent, but rather your chief of staff is the key player playing a legal role that ought to have been undertaken as legal responsibility by the county secretary?
Maybe one of the reasons as to why he appears to be a bit close or representing me, it is because most or more of the accusations that are against me, in all those meetings, he has been with me. And I thought he's the best person to understand the cases as per the impeachment motion or the accusations.
No problem. You could have given the same directive to your county secretary for him to
Senator,
directly respond.
Order, Senator. I want to appeal to colleagues. You bite twice, at the very most 3 times, and you give others a chance. So, Senator, maybe that will be your last bite. Proceed, Senator.
I want just to clarify, I haven't gone to the last, but I can cut it short, it's okay, I give the chance, but you could have directed your county secretary to write to various entities and get you the communication, because that's the formal position. And the county secretary would have done exactly what the chief of staff has done, right?
I stand guided.
Senator Sifuna.
Yes, Chairman, first, you know, my party leader likes to say, usione simba menyeshewa ukadhani ni paka. It is very difficult for me to relate the person who has appeared before the Senate today and the person that I have seen in the videos there. And certainly very difficult to relate you, Governor, to the picture that was painted by Council for the County Assembly during his opening statement. I was convinced that you are ready to invade Isiolo and to invade Tharaka Nithi and the neighboring counties. But so, Governor, you know, the beauty with us is that we are politicians. There are certain political nuances that we will get that probably will escape the legal minds. And we want you to deal with us as your political colleagues. You have been a member of parliament. This chair has been a member of parliament for a long time. There is things we know between us, and you know what I'm talking about. But let me begin. The case has been laid out here that there were 2 impeachment motions. There was a first motion to which a court order was issued and it was stopped. In your testimony there, you have averred again that there was a court order that prevented you from attending the second impeachment. Governor, was there a court order for the second impeachment process?
From the advice by my legal person is that because the first order was given and the case hearing was to be January, he advised me that it will be contempt of court.
This was a second impeachment. You are saying your legal counsel advised you still not to appear for the second impeachment?
Yes.
It is also possible, Governor, that since you had seen, you yourself have testified that you knew that these people had already taken a position. It is okay to say that you decided not to go to those proceedings because you knew these MCAs had made up their minds. What we don't want to get a sense of, because we, as I said, we politicians pick up certain nuances. We know our own cleverness. So if we get the sense that you're being clever with us, it upsets us. So the second question, Governor, these appointments, you are aware that firefighting is a county government function.
Yes.
Firefighting is a county government function. So when you are asked and then you say that these people were going to be the ones making calls, in this area of Timau, what would you say would be the percentage number of people who have phones? Why would you need these two people to be the ones to call in case there are fires? What would you say? How many people in Timau don't have phones?
That was a request, Honorable Senator, from the residents of Timau.
That they wanted two people who could call the county government when there is a fire.
The number of people was entirely to me to decide because I was the one to pay them.
But these people were to make phone calls in the event there's a fire to the county government.
Not only phone calls, but also give assistance to the areas that have been with such issues.
Okay. Some more political cleverness. This question of the harassment of Honorable Mitili at this event where you are saying it was demanded by the crowd. Governor, in all honesty, had you spoken to that crowd about any of the previous events, the events of a preceding day that involved this honorable MCA, that could have incited or driven this crowd to make this demand?
It was my normal speech before he arrived, because I arrived before him.
Good. Did it touch on any of the matters that had happened prior between you and the assembly?
Of course, yes. I understood them that I was denied access, of which they knew, and they asked me, what is the way forward?
So you have seen us at rallies, here, all of us, saying, "Ni nyinyi mumesema sio mimi."
Yes.
You know we know what we are doing. Okay. Lastly, Chair, there is this question of the accusation that you are working with the opponents of these MCAs. And in fact, one of them has testified here, Chair. I think it was the county secretary, is it the chief of staff? And we have seen another one in the video. Do you not see that this could be a genesis for the bad blood between you and the MCAs? Doesn't matter if you call me. Doesn't matter if you call me, but if you also call Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, and you are the person who has become president, and you are giving her all this prominence, and don't you see as a politician that that could be the basis of sowing discord between me and you?
Honorable Senator, the two people that I've been accused of working with have been my long-time friends. And because they have been my friends and they lost the election, am I supposed to abandon them in my meetings?
So are you saying there are only those two?
They have brought two of them.
No,
I'm not aware.
The ones you're working with, Governor, are they only those two?
So many of them.
Of the ones who came number two?
No. Those who came number two, only one.
Okay. Finally, I want you to tell me, as a person who, I'm the Senator of Nairobi, I'm not intimately or intricately involved in the issues of Meru. What is the one solution, because you have tried many, if applied by this Senate in the county of Meru, everything would work? Is it this ward fund? Is it your impeachment? Is it the dissolution of the assembly? In your view as a leader elected in Meru, what is this one solution if applied by the Senate today? Meru would be up and running again.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. The one solution that I think can solve all the problems is making the word FAD legal or have a framework to work with.
I thank you, Chair.
Chair, thank you. Thank you, Chair. Yes, thank you, Chair. Chair, because the governor is a bishop, I want to take a biblical perspective. And I want to ask Governor Kawera Mwangaza, what does the Bible say about a loose tongue?
A loose tongue can cause many problems.
A loose tongue can actually burn down a nation.
Yes.
Honorable Governor, God gave you the victory, and I congratulate you. You are my colleague in the National Assembly. But did God give you the victory in order to go and trample upon everybody, to go vilify everybody, to go abuse other leaders? Were you given that victory, my sister, in order to finish yourself? Because I see a process of self-destruction.
Honorable Senator, God gave me the victory. And the word of God says that God will never share his glory with any man. I've tried my best to bring MCAs on board, but the only problem is word FAD. The rest that has been rebelled against me is a narrative to cover what the demands are. From the time we started hearing the witnesses from the county assembly, they denied completely about them asking word FAD. Until when the video clips were played, we came to understand that the problem was word FAD. I've never and I will never fight anyone as a leader.
Okay, I may not understand Kimeru, and yes, Chair, this committee will be faced with a challenge of a very delicate balance of an assembly that will walk out on a governor, an assembly that shows defiance, but also we have seen clips of a governor who is, and it's not me, it's what we have seen in the clips, who is outrageously aggressive on other leaders, seems to be on our path. I mean, the body language can also be interpreted, even if I don't understand the language of Kimeru. But let me go on. No, the Bible also says that pride comes before a fall. I hope this victory will not be the cause for your fall. My sister, I also wanted, and let me just refer you as my sister because you know I am. Because you know this case puts some of us in a very precarious situation. And I have said it on the floor of this house. Because I contested for governorship in Kajiado. And I was hoping your success in Meru will propel me to governorship in Kajiado. But today, 3 months after the election, there is an outcry in Meru. Will really your behavior in Meru help to propel more women into positions, or will it bring us down? These are my worries, my dear sister. You know about the women movement. You know about the women who went before us. akina Phoebe Asio, akina Grace Ogot, Jane Kiano, Julia Ojambo, Zipora Kitony, Charity Ngilu, Martha Karua, and more recently, Governor Waiguru, Governor Cecily Mbarire, Governor Gladys Wanga, Governor Achani, Governor Susan Kihika. You know about the League of Kenya Women Voters? You know about Center for Multi-Party Democracy. You know what it has costed the women of this country to create space for leadership. Will you be the downfall of the women of Kenya? Will you bring because you must see your actions, not just to affect the people of Meru, but to affect the women movement, to affect the girl child, even those we have given birth to. I am sorry to speak this way, because you must be told the truth, that you must be able to tame your tongue. You must be able, now that you are the victor, to know that it is the victor who needs everyone else. It's not everyone else who needs you. It is you, the victor, who needs other people. My sister, I foresee a situation where you are giving justification to the naysayers of women leadership. That women are erratic.
Point of order, Chair.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry.
So that can be like this.
No, I'm just Chair, I'm concluding. I'm concluding, Chair. All right.
Point of.
Conclude.
I'm concluding. I was just telling you, and it was said by one of your lawyers, that sometimes you're emotional. My sister, God gave you the seat, then can you relax on the seat and work for the people of Meru? If today, because I don't know if you will have a chance after this, because the committee may just decide the people of Meru, as we were told, are better off without you. We were told you are erratic, you are irrational, you are emotional, you are unstable. Is this what the people of Meru want? I also wanted to ask you if you know a Kikuyu word called thuraku. They say thuraku. You know thuraku? Siafu. We actually, in the women movement, thought when 2017 we had 3 governors, 2022 we have 7 governors, next time we will have 10 governors, that we will always be adding our numbers.
Point of order, Chair.
Sorry, I have finished.
Please, Chair, you must allow this point of order, because that's why you have the Chair.
Come again, Mandago? Yes,
I'm just on a point of order, Chair. And with a lot of due respect to my colleague Senator, you know, Chair, we are here to prosecute and make a decision on this matter of impeachment. But the Honorable Senator seems to be campaigning for women in this committee. Chair, we are not dealing with this matter as a matter of gender. We are addressing the Honorable Her Excellency, the Governor for Meru.
Thank you. Senators, I think there is a way we can bend back and listen to Senator Tobiko, because in a way she is telling it to the witness that you are wrong and you are hurting many. It's a young Sifuna, he speaks better English than me, who was telling me in the morning that it is expected that when a young person succeeds, he doesn't go through the door of success, but he stands in the door of success, holds the door for other young people to go through. So I am allowing Tobiko to do what she's doing, because should the decision of this committee be that the governor will not be impeached, the governor should not leave here thinking that this committee has not seen the things that Tobiko is saying. And therefore, I'm allowing, because I, like Edwin, Sifuna, Tobiko is saying, you've gone through the door. Can you please hold the door and let other women go through instead of spending that time fighting priests, fighting MCS, pushing the case of your husband? I think that is the way I understand it, and this is why I'm allowing it. So, but Tobiko, having protected you, allow me to guide you.
Question.
Allow me to guide you. I'm your elder brother. Allow me. Okay? You can do that, but also remember what Mandako is saying. You do it so that you are actually calling for some response. When she stands there, then a witness is not supposed to be lectured. He's supposed to give us information. Can you extract the information?
Asking the question now.
Very good.
So, Governor Kawera, 3 months after the general election, the Senate has been implored to overturn the sovereign will of the people of Meru. Would you tell us what is fundamentally wrong and how are we going to address it? Because all these leaders cannot be here for nothing. Can you tell us how to address this situation?
Once again, Honorable Senator, let me repeat myself again. The only problem is the word fund. And I made a budget with 10 million for every word, that is 46 words, including the special word. And the MCAs were not ready to work with the 10 million. They insisted that the previous governors unallocated more than 20 million. And within 3 months, there is no way I could have changed to earn money without legal framework as to how the money will be operated in the counties. That is the only problem.
Yes, Senator Meru.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I will start from where Senator Tobiko was laying a background to a question that gender mainstreaming has come a long way. From the time the American professor Margaret Sanger decided to take very many women to Beijing in 1995 to fight for space for women in the world. And we are very proud when we have women going to leadership positions that traditionally have been occupied by men. And we don't want to, at the end of the day, because we are being called upon by the motion to either push you aside as governor, which will be a clawback really to the milestones that have been made in gender mainstreaming, or to retain you there. Sometimes when change has to come, it can come by just removing the top, and the whole organization then becomes okay. So what Senator Tobiko has done is quite good, that most of the issues that have been raised have to do with your MEN, your soft skills, your interpersonal skills, your emotional intelligence, things that you can deal with and you can be trained on and you can change. But for me, I have looked at 2 issues that to me sound as the gravamen of this petition. Number 1 is the appointments, the roadside appointments. And initially we started by saying that
Point of order, Chair. And please allow me.
Yes, Mandako.
I'm a bit lost. Are we prosecuting or advising the governor? Because we must stick to the substance of the motion.
1 minute to lay the basis, then I'm asking the questions.
You see, the trouble is, if you build the question for 3-5 minutes, then people dance.
Thank you. It was just 1 minute. Let me ask.
Throw the question at the governor.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
Chair, it has been difficult for me to draw a line between governor as the director of Okolea and governor as the CEO of the county during employment. Because at one point you're saying we are employing for Okolea At another point, you're saying you're employing for county government, but you are writing letters to try and find out if these employees are actually working for the county government. But now you're telling us at the end of the day that they are working for Okolea without giving evidence that these employees are drawing emoluments from Okolea, or they have appointment letters from Okolea. So how do you draw a line, Governor, for you as the director of Okolea and CEO of the county when you are in public? That is the first question.
Honorable Senator, I have never made an appointment on behalf of the county government of Meru. The entire exercise of employing lies to Public Service Board. For Okolea programs I have made, and that's why maybe we don't have any evidence from Okolea, same as we don't have any evidence of I having appointed anyone apart from the bubble anthracis, but no evidence. But for Okolea program, Honorable Senator, that lies with the Okolea office.
Thank you so much. So maybe for the future,
Senator Marua,
just one more.
I'll do another round, then you'll come during the second round.
Yeah, but for the same question,
Okay.
then maybe the governor should draw a line so that you don't go ordering the county government officials, like the sub-county administrators, the ward administrators, to do the appointments on your behalf, because then it is posing a problem. Why don't you just do the last one, Chair? The last one is the spending at source at Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital. Already there is a board that allows that spending to be done at source at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. Why did you have to order that all the monies are collected as revenue at MTRH to be expended at source? Yet already there is a law that allows that money to be expended there. Did you find that some money is taken to the revenue county revenue fund account? And if that is so, why are you trying to reverse it through that edict that you are making? So we need to know. Otherwise, if we already have a board that is supposed to oversee the expenditure of the funds collected at the county Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital, why did you have to say that money should be spent there? Why did you have to do that?
From my statement, I only advised or uttered a testimony that had earlier been discussed between myself and the board of Meru Referral Hospital, that they should apply the fund as per the MTRH Act.
So the money collected at the MTRH hospital was being swept to the CRF account. Is that what you're saying?
The board has its own regulations on how they apply the fund, which I'm not mandated to interfere.
Do you have that knowledge, or you don't have that knowledge? That the money collected as revenue from Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital, whether it is expended at source or it is swept to the county revenue fund account. Do you have that knowledge?
The board has the knowledge.
But Senator, Governor, Volume 2 of your own response, you have appended the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital Act that speaks to what the Senator for Taita Taveta is saying. Are you saying that this evidence is foreign to you?
No, Senator.
Yes, then you better own it, because even in their, when they were leading you, your counsels never mentioned this affidavit. And this affidavit actually turns the accusation against you in one of the charges, I think it's charge 5, in your favor. So just respond to this don't say you don't know. Respond to this so that it can be part of the record that you are not breaking the law. You are making decisions in line with an existing act. Marua is helping you. Sorry, on the same point, the governor at the Senate of Mandara.
Yes, on the same point, I'm sorry, Chairman. I disagree with that view on the basis of legality. The PFM Act, Section 109, clearly, states establishment of a county revenue fund. They're established for each county a county revenue fund in accordance with Article 207 of the Constitution. The county treasury for each county government shall ensure that by or on behalf of the county government is paid into the county revenue fund except monies that is excluded. But where the act is talking about is excluded, it's talking about legislations by parliament. And the legislation by parliament supersedes county legislation unless the PFM regulation is amended. That
Order, Senator. As your chair, I am not saying I know it better than you, but I beg you, these points of argument, we will prosecute them when now we are writing the report, because the same constitution that you're quoting, the actual article is 207. It provides, and it also provides that with legislation by parliament, this can be exempted. Spending at source. So let's not prosecute it here. It will become untidy. Here we want to collect evidence. When now we are discussing it, we can do it when we have stepped aside, so that we don't look like saying Tianga is the one who is right and is wrong. Our secretariat is here. When we are writing the report, they'll give us the usual guidance that we get from the Senate on authority of the legal department, and the director of the directorate is with us here, Dr. Okello. So maybe we don't discuss the merit or demerit of the constitutionality or legality of a piece of evidence in plenary. I would like that we leave it there and we continue extracting evidence. Yes, Mandako, your hand has been up the whole evening.
Chair. Thank you very much. Governor, I have a number of questions for you, and I will move very fast. And so that to help you respond to my questions, I will just go in the order of the charges that have been brought before this committee. Charge number 1 on nepotism, illegal appointments, and lawful dismissions and usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of county organs. Your Excellency, one of the accusations there is illegal appointments. There is an advert dated 22nd of November with a number of directors who are reporting, as per the advert, to the Chief of Staff, therefore indicating that those are directors in the office of the Governor. Question number 1. Does the county government of Meru have an approved structure, establishment for the county government? Does the county government of Meru have an approved establishment?
The county government of Meru has a public service board that deals with employment.
Madam Governor, if you read the County Government Act, the role of the county public services does the employment, but there is what we call approved establishment that determines the number of employees, the posts, at the offices.
Chair, Governor, your mic has a problem. That's probably the reason. It's too close.
Okay. Thank you very much. Madam Governor was asking, does the county government of Meru, the county executive, have an approved establishment? The establishment, in this case, determines the number of employees or staff for the county government of Meru, the departments, the posts that are available.
I'm only aware of the County Public Service Board.
My second question. These posts of directors that were advertised on 22nd, prior to you coming to office, did we have directors existing in that post, or those posts were vacant?
We still have the previous directors working with the county government of Meru.
By the time the County Public Service Board advertised those posts, were the posts vacant or the directors were still in office? And if they were still in office, what was to happen to their terms of service?
I'm not aware of any advertisement that has someone still working in the office.
In the response, volume 2, maybe Secretariat, you can help me quickly address I think that was page 16.
Governor Mandako, Senator Mandako, as you look for the reference, let's capitalize on time.
Yes,
I allow somebody else to shoot. And
I've already found it, Chair.
Oh, please go ahead.
And Chair, please give me time, because you gave people time to lay the basis. I'm only asking questions directly. If you look at volume 2, page 67, there's an advert there running all the way to page 71 on a number of positions that have been advertised. And these are the Director Protocol and Events, Job Group R. We have Director for Delivery Unit, County Delivery Unit. We have Director for Monitoring and Evaluation. We have a Director for Administration. I'm only asking, Madam Governor, by the time this advert went out, did we have those posts filled or were they vacant?
They were vacant.
On the issue of on the issue of appointments of fire officers, in the meeting you had in Timau, before I go there, can I ask that, do you have, as County Government of Meru, firefighting trucks?
Yes, we have.
How many and where are they located?
We have 5.
Is it true that there is a firefighting engine in Timau that is not functional?
Yes, there is.
Was it therefore necessary to have 2 people to call when we have a fire engine that is not functioning in that sub-county?
We locate the machines where there is need. It is not necessarily that the fire engine is meant for Timau. When need arises, we always send one to the area that is affected.
And what I'm asking, Madam Governor, is you have identified 2 people will be alerting the county government amongst the other functions if there are fires. But the fire engine in Timau, which be the nearest in terms of response, is not functional. Are there any attempts by your county government to make sure it is repaired and functional so that the 2 people that you have recruited under our Colea program can then be able to function?
By then, the fire engine at Timau was functioning.
From the evidence of your chief of staff, who seems or has committed himself that he understands all matters to do with this petition, why was it appropriate for the chief of staff to himself ask for information from the different departments and not through the county secretary and not through the secretary of the county public service board? Was it under your instruction?
No, it was not under my instruction.
Madam Governor.
Senator Mandako, just put your finger there. That was part of my intervention, so let conclude it. Your answer, can you clarify? Because the counsel for the county assembly tried to get it from you, but he didn't push you well. This is the time. Were you deliberately avoiding the county secretary because he was not going to take instructions from you to give evidence in the manner you want to protect yourself?
No, I was not avoiding the county secretary because of any issue, but the chief of staff has always been with me in the meetings that most of the accusations has arrived from.
I put it to you that you need to persuade us better, because there is a County Government Act that clearly specifies the county secretary as the custodian of the responsibilities that your chief of staff has been discharging the whole afternoon. Can you convince us?
I stand guided chair that at no time that I have chosen to work with the chief of staff and then neglect the county secretary.
Are you aware of the County Government Act?
Yes.
And if you are, why did you bypass the responsible officer who is the county secretary? Instead, you bring here the chief of staff.
I thought this is a matter that is personal and not a county government case. Being my case, then I chose someone who understands the issues better. But if it was a county government case, the best person would have been county secretary.
Mandako, go on.
Thank you very much, Chair. Now, Madam Governor, in your own affidavit, on the reappointment of the cabinet, of the county secretary, your statement reads, the allegation of illegal reappointment is denied and that the governor avers that the current county secretary was appointed in the previous regime and went through vetting by the county assembly, in which the mover of the impeachment motion participated in approval. His contract was extended by the previous governor without approval of the county assembly. Please underline, without approval of the county assembly. And the governor had to extend the contract again, owing to the crucial role the exiting county secretary plays in forming the new government. Just as I stopped there, when we asked your chief of staff, who has committed that he knows everything that goes around in there, your chief of staff said that the extended contract by the previous governor had not expired. Why was it necessary to reappoint? Two, you are already aware, Madam Governor, that the previous governor did not submit this county secretary for vetting by the county assembly as required. Did you have to continue with the same mistake that the previous governor had committed?
Honorable Senator, when I assumed office, I met Rufus Meriti, who is the county secretary for Meru, and he was mandated to be the chair of transition for a certain period. I chose to at least for a few months to continue working with him. I sought advice from my legal team and also the board, who affirmed that the contract had not lapsed. So I had no otherwise rather than to make a statement of intent that I will be willing to work with him even after this, if at all the Public Service Board agrees with my statement of intent.
Senator Mandago, I'll come back to you another round. Let me now open up to another senator. Esther, I saw your
just, Governor, because I didn't spend my time laying the ground, allow me to ask one question, just one, so that you come back the next round.
Senator, because you're my neighbor, I know those might be your winding remarks, and I want you in this meeting up to the end. So just
quickly, Madam Governor, on charge number 2, incitement, bullying, vilification, and misleading campaigns against elected leaders. Did you at any given time call the MCAs by the word in Kimeru, Mberwa, which I am made to understand is fox?
I have not.
In dealing with matters at the ward, Madam Governor, are you aware that part of the responsibilities of the MCAs, and I want to draw your attention to the County Government Act, Section 9 on the role of members of County Assembly, 1A, that says, a member of County Assembly shall maintain a close contact with the electorate and consult them on issues before or under discussion in the County Assembly. Madam Governor, don't you think it was within the mandate of the County Assembly members to engage the residents of their various wards on the matters of this impeachment?
I don't deny it was their mandate, but the process and the way the MCs conducted was wrong.
Madam Governor, when the MCs didn't approve your nominees for CCs, did you go ahead to reorganize your government so that the rest of the departments were collapsed under only 3 CCs?
Yes, Honorable Senator, after they approved only 3 CCs, with the advice, we reorganized as we sought to take some more names for approval later.
Are you aware that if you have to reorganize government, you must have a CC approval? And in this case, we are serving CCs who are to serve to the end of the term. Therefore, you needed to comply with that provision before reorganizing your government. And do you think in that reorganization, it was going to be effective for service delivery for the people of Meru County?
The reorganization we made, Honorable Senator, was not a permanent solution. It was a short-term mitigation as we take other names for consideration.
Yes, but what I'm asking, are you aware even that short-term reorganization needed the approval of the County Executive Committee meeting?
By then, we had no County Executive Committee.
Madam Governor, are you aware that the County Government Act provides that serving CCs serve in office up to until the new CCs are sworn in and assume office? So you cannot tell this committee and this sitting that there were no serving CCs.
The serving CCs from the previous regime, their contracts had lapsed, all of them.
Madam Governor, I want to help you understand that the term of CCs end when the new CCs are sworn in to office.
Yes.
I think, Chair, I don't want to proceed. Let me allow another senator to ask, but I still have a number of questions.
In fact, Madam Governor, you will remember that you were written a letter to, and you were told to name names to go and sit on the transition committee to join names of officers led by the county secretary who was serving on Governor Krayudu's cabinet. True or false?
True.
Yeah, so the blunders you are making is because you ignored those people, pushed aside the county secretary, and started, with this aggression that you have, started driving Meru as personal property. Can you convince this committee that you did not break government, financial, procedures and regulations by that arrogance?
Honorable Chair, when I assumed office, the only person from the previous regime who was there in office was the county secretary. And I showed the willingness to work with him. That's why I not even take any name for consideration. By having county secretary who worked with the previous regime doesn't show any arrogance. The rest of CECs who are working with the previous governor all went with him.
Chair, with your permission.
You know, Senator Mandago has guided you, and if you don't believe him, reflect when you are in this precincts of Parliament. When President Ruto was, when President Uhuru was forming his cabinet, he did not dismiss Kibaki's ministers. They only exited after his ministers had received approval and they were in office. Similarly, President Ruto did the same, including his list being challenged in the High Court. Because you're treating Meru like personal property, that's why you don't respect that government procedure. So should you get lucky, you'll be excused on this impeachment. You have to go and walk the straight path. Yes, Esther Okenyori, you intervene with a question?
Chair.
Yes, yes.
Chair,
Yes.
just because the governor seems not to get it, allow me to draw attention to Section 42 of the County Government Act, county executive to remain in office after election 1. When a general election is held for a county government, the outgoing county executive committee shall remain in office until a new county executive committee is constituted after the election.
Governor?
I stand guided, Chair.
Now that is better. Okenyori?
Thank you, Chair. Madam Governor, in as much as I sympathize with this process having come too soon after the election, allow me to ask you the following questions. Pursuant to paragraph 23 in your sworn affidavit, that is page 20, you have strongly expressed your feel that the mover of the motion, who is the Abogeta West Honorable Member DMK Kyogora, having personal issues with you. What is, however, not clear is why the remaining members of County Assembly went ahead to impeach you. Then therefore, do you think there's a problem you have with the rest of the MCAs who went ahead to impeach you? Secondly, I think there's a musician by the name Dolly Parton who sings a song that my mistakes are not yours just because I'm a woman. Madam Governor, the immediate former governor of Meru served the people of Meru and nobody questioned it. Do you think, Governor, that the accusations made about you regarding the first gentleman are made because you're a woman, or there is something drastically wrong that you did, that you're doing that the male governors didn't do? My third and last question, Madam Governor, do you still insist that all MCAs who have been politically influenced, or you truly appreciate with hindsight that you took the wrong foot forward?
Honorable Senator, DMK Kyogora, as we shown the evidence of him having personal grudges, which has not originated from I being the governor. Even the time when I was the woman representative of Meru, he had the same issues. That's why I demonstrated a video of him trying to demean me even before I was the governor. And DMK Kyogora, being one of the leaders in the Assembly of Meru, has a lot of influence to other members. And to my thinking, maybe he has used his influence as a leader and also a person related to the previous regime governor, maybe to try and twist me to follow the demands of other members. And to make my point clear, Madam Senator, the only MCA who tried to support my case was removed from all the committees, and that puts a lot of fear to other MCAs who maybe sees the committees as a source of revenue, and maybe having fears that in case they support the governor, they will be removed from the committees, just like the MCA who has supported me.
Madam Governor, as a beneficiary of Article 27 and all other enabling provisions of the law, are you confident that you've adequately adhered to Article 10 and Chapter 6 of the Constitution, that is the Leadership Integrity Act and Public Officers Act?
Come again, Madam Senator.
As a beneficiary of Article 27, you know what Article 27 of the Constitution, that is equality and freedom from discrimination. Then there are all those provisions down there. Are you confident that you've adequately adhered to Article 10 and Chapter 6 on integrity and the Public Officers Act? Am I clear on my question?
No.
That's a general question. As an elected leader in that office and a Kenyan citizen conversant with our Constitution, I'm actually touching on whether you as an individual feel you've adequately met these two areas I'm touching on.
Yes, Honorable Senator.
All right, thank you.
Senator Okech.
Thank you, Governor. The charges were read to you that you're familiar with. And how many grounds, in your understanding, have these charges invited?
From the assembly side,
Yes.
the legal person said there are 62.
62.
Yes.
Volume 1 of your responses, is this your affidavit? Because I want to be as fair as possible with you, Governor. Can you confirm that this is your affidavit? The volume 1 of your documents?
Yes.
Are you familiar with all the provisions of Article 181?
181.
Or should I read them for you?
Yes.
I'm going to, this is very important for me, Chair. Article 181, because I'm asking this in the context that the governor has just said here that she is here in a personal capacity. Article 181 talks about the removal of a county governor, which is what I perceive you are here in that capacity. So before I ask the charges I want to ask, I will only focus on one charge, but I want you to tell you that a county governor may be removed from office on any of the following grounds. I won't go there because of time. There are about 4 counts for which a county governor can be removed. Then if you read again, Governor, the County Government Act, Section 33, the removal of a governor, not you as a person, but I'm talking about the governor of Meru County. A member of the county assembly may be, I wanted to read the sub-article, the section 33(6). In the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegations against the governor, again I want to underline the word any, out of the 62. The governor, A, have not been substantiated, further proceedings shall not be taken under this section in respect of that allegation. Or B, have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the governor an opportunity to be heard, vote on the impeachment charges. So I'm cautioning you that you are here as the governor of Meru and not as an individual, and that leads me to my question on charge number 5. Charge number 5, Governor, is on violation of public finance management laws. And I want to draw you to your affidavit on page 39. Governor, in the allegation of breaching the public finance laws, you have said that this is a misconceived and sensational accusation. That is on page 39, okay? Are we there? Of volume 1. And if you found it, this allegation is made in complete ignorance of the fact that the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital is a gazetted level 5 hospital that is also a semi-autonomous.
Senator, you are emphasizing the law and the Constitution. Shoot your question.
Yeah, that's that. I am on the violation of public finance act according to the response. I want to interrogate the response that is given here by the governor. Governor, you are claiming that the evidence provided with regards to your pronouncements in the video that the county, the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital should not spend at source is not a violation of the PFM Act. Is that right?
Yes,
Yes.
Because
to you.
The claim here is, Governor, that, and I was reading it until the chair intervened, you've said here that the evidence tendered in this support of the impeachment motion is an verified video, which we watched here, and if anything to go by, we watch what was said there. And you've said that the hospital is a semi-autonomous county government agency to address its unique needs rather than sending the money to the county government. Is that true?
Yes, Honorable Senator, I'm trying to I'm trying to explain what happens at Meru General Referral Hospital, and I've annexed my statement and also the letters from the CEO or the acting CEO, and also from...
My question is this, Governor. You have alluded in that statement that the financial management, especially with regard to spending at source of the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital, is not subjected to a PFM Act because it's an autonomous body that is dealing with its own issues. Is that true?
It is subjected to the Act, and what I said is that they apply the fund according to the law.
But, okay, that's fine. You are disowning your own statements in the affidavit, but that's fine. The last issue that I wanted to prosecute on with regards to the same is on the issues of waivers. Again, in the same affidavit, page 40, you have pronounced yourself to the issues of waivers, which you've said here, the practice of waiving hospital bills for the needy is not unique to Meru County and other hospitals, including Kenyatta Hospital, justifying your Facebook post that ordered an waiver in the hospital. Is it true that the waivers can be done without the PFM Act?
Honorable Senator, when I arrived at the hospital, I met the committee, especially the Waiving Committee, who handed over the list of people that they were supposed to waive. And I only exercised from the list that I was given, and they were ready to do that even before I arrived to the hospital.
Governor, who posts on your Facebook?
It is my communication team.
With your approval or without your approval?
Sometimes without my approval.
The post that was posted on your Facebook on the 6th of September, was it with your approval or without your approval?
I can't remember, Honorable Senator.
You can't remember?
Yes.
Okay, that will be all for me, Chair.
You're free to show her, and so you're free to show her the post.
Yeah, I wanted to show her the post.
Yeah. Pass it over to our secretariat.
Yes.
They'll give to the council, and then they should be shown.
Actually, it's also in volume 1 of
it's in the document?
Yes.
Then refer to it.
I'll refer to it very quickly. Yeah, if you turn to page, I think 128 of volume 1, 128 of volume 1 of the Members of County Assemblies Council. There's a Facebook posting there on 6th of September in which the governor claims to have ordered the waivers against Article 150, Section 159 of the PFM Act. That's why I'm asking you, Governor, the post that was put on your Facebook page on 6th of September, are you aware of it? Was it put on your Facebook page by your approval or by yourself?
I agree that the page is mine, and the work of posting or doing this is from my communication team, and maybe they were guided by the act which they saw, because they were not with me in the board with the members of Meru Teaching and Referral Committee to
So,
understand.
The question is very simple, Governor. Is the post your own post, or the post was through your approval? That's all I want to know.
No,
It was not by your approval.
it is mine, but I did not check what was written.
So it is your post.
It is my Facebook page.
Okay, that's all I want to confirm.
Madam Governor, if you must rely on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on, you must play by the rules. You'll end up in jail. If your account is being run by an administrator, then you must put a disclaimer on that account that all posts here do not reflect your personal position, unless they are initialed with something. Otherwise, you are well advised in the current times to run all your social handles by yourself.
And Chair, just for the record,
Yeah.
it is verbatim from this page. The Governor says, last but not least, I have waived all hospital bills for the patients who are extremely poor and deserving with huge bills that are not held at the facility. In the affidavit, the Governor says she met the committee prior to this posting. And under PFM Act 159, the powers of County Executive Committee member for finance to waive or vary tax, fees, or charges, the County Executive Committee member for finance may waive a county tax, fee, or charge imposed by the county government and its entities in accordance with criteria prescribed in regulations provided under here. If you read A, B, and C, which I'll leave it for the chair for the and also the council of the governor, the criteria that is stated here, none of those are spoken to in the affidavit. So these are serious violation in my view.
Yes, Governor.
Honorable Chair, I stand guided that I will not repeat again the exercise or allow my team to post on my behalf without first seeing what they are posting. Because the post, even if it's mine, Honorable Chair, there was a meeting before then where all these issues were discussed between myself and the board, and they gave me a list of people that they wished to waive and go home.
Senator of Kiambu.
Thank you very much, Chair. As a layman, not looking to assist the governor. I do understand all waivers in the county, and in most cases are given by the CEC's finance. But you've seen governors put them in the newspaper, governor is waiving the rates. So when the governor is doing that, I believe it's the cabinet that is doing that. But to the governor, I know what is going through your mind, and especially when you're answering questions from the young lawyers from the assembly, as young as less than 30 years, and with a lot of humbleness and humility. So I just wanted to pick that point, that if this house was to save you, continue with that humbleness. But my question, I do understand when new governments are formed, government bodies and entities attend inductions, where they are trained on how the government systems work, how to serve the people, even the definition of what a motion is, like the one that we are discussing here today. So did you attend any induction?
Yes, Honorable Senator.
You did. What about the MCAs? Are you aware whether they attended inductions?
They attended induction and they also invited me to the place.
So we can say, despite what is happening, everybody is well trained.
Yes.
On the issue of Okolea and the issue of the county government of Meru, which you're both the CEO of the county government and also the CEO or the director of Okolea, don't you think running them parallel is somehow undermining the way you serve your people? Because you're serving the same people, whether through Okolea or the county government, which actually has more tools than Okolea. Don't you think it's undermining the way you should work?
Honorable Senator, I always don't intend to run them in a parallel way. When we go for any development meeting, obviously we give people mic to say their problems and also address some of the issues that are raised in my meetings. Necessarily are not meant to be. The problems are not meant to be solved by the county government of Meru. That's where now I chip in as the Okolea director. A good example, if a mama comes on board to a meeting and begs that she needs a cow, and in Meru County government, we don't have such a program. That's where I chip in and donate a cow. And I don't think, Senator, by doing charitable work or even assisting people that come to my meetings, even if the meetings are official, is a gross misconduct.
Well understood. Well understood. I understand for the county.
Senator Thangwa,
Yeah.
you are helping the witness. Witness, in accounts, there is an animal called double accounting. If this Senate allows you to run that monster called Akolewa or Kolea, we run the risk of allowing you to be diverting public funds, apply them on Okolea, and say that it was your own private initiative. If you think I'm very far from it, you have already done it. You've told this plenary that you went in a public function, you announced the names of people to Okolea, to Okolea, but it is not lost to us that in the process you went with a government car fueled by the government, support staff probably got per diem, and you went there bragging that it was your private entity. Please, as Senator Thangwa has said, the county government has a better tool of you to intermediate through. Wait until when you are approaching elections, then you wake up your Okolewa things instead of running the risk of double account.
Chair, allow me to
interject.
record my divergent view on that matter.
I
So
was
that
on
the Senator can
the floor,
continue.
Chair, and I have not at any time have I interjected anyone. Your Excellency, Governor, if somebody said you're still in campaign mode, would they be wrong?
Yes.
Do you know the role of the MCA?
Yes.
Okay. I won't ask you what are the roles, but do you at least know that they are not your employees?
Yes.
And of course, do you know you cannot order around an MCA to either explain an issue, to either execute a mandate, or to either even sing or dance?
Yes.
So from the videos that we saw, do you think that was right what you did to the honorable member, was he Mwenda?
Honorable Mwenda Idhiri came to a meeting and the residents asked him to apologize. If you listen to the video clips, I'm the one pleading with the crowd that should I apologize on his behalf? They said no. I repeated again, I want to apologize on behalf of Mwenda. They said no.
Okay. You said the issue is a ward fund, and it has really been mentioned here. And the way I understand, for us or for any county to have a ward fund, there must be a legal framework which should either emanate from the county executive but passed by the assembly, or emanate from the assembly but still passed by the assembly. Now that you have said that's the only issue, what measures have you taken to at least try to show the goodwill that if at all this legal framework is there, we can just implement this ward fund?
Honorable Senator, there is no legal framework that is there that I've seen in my office. What I made is an approved budget where the previous governor and allocated 10 million ward equalization fund. I went ahead, invited all the MCAs that we have 10 million that is allocated to every ward. Can you come on board so that we can go to the ground and identify the projects that are going to be implemented by the same 10 million? So it's only one MCA who came on board, and he is now at the ground doing what he's supposed to do by the law.
Okay, so if the MCAs were to pass this ward fund, and of course it passes all the elements of being a good law, would you assent to it?
Yes.
Okay. As I conclude, Chair, you have been accused of working with others in place of MCAs. I did not get that. So working with others in place of MCAs, does that mean you have a different assembly that would pass laws for your side and you don't do that with the MCAs who are elected by the people?
Honorable Senator, unless the accuser is trying to misquote or to show that there are Korea programs that are run by myself and the church, which are done every Sunday in the afternoon. And that one is not a political meeting. It's a charitable program whereby we help the poor, educate the poor, build houses to the poor. I don't see the reason as to why MCAs should complain about the Korea program, which is not managed, financed by the county government of Meru.
Yesterday it was said that the governor is at war with everyone. So I want to put a question. Is it that the governor is at war with everyone, or everyone is at war with the governor?
Maybe the vice versa, that everyone is at war with the governor, but not the governor at war with everyone.
Why would they be at war with you?
Some of the issues that I've said, it's about the fund.
The fund.
Yes.
Finally, Mr. Chair, the governor has been referred as Hitler. So allow me to ask this question. She has been referred to as Hitler. And others have also accused her of revering them as Mbirwa. So in these two terms, Hitler and Mbirwa, if you were to choose one, Which one would you choose to be referred as to?
None.
None. Thank you very much, Chair.
Members, now we are remaining with two. We have 1 hour for closing statements. So
Just on
I'll
one,
allow
Chair.
my vice 2 bites. Come out 2 bites. Yes, come out.
Thank you, Chair.
It's called come out.
Yes. Thank you very much, Chair. Madam Governor, I just want to ask you one question. Chair, I will only ask one question. It's a kind of a clarification that I want from the Governor. In an event, Governor, that this committee finds no merit in your impeachment motion that has been brought before this committee, how are you prepared, or how will you demonstrate the spirit of collegiality between you and the members of County Assembly that, according to me, it is the one that lacks? And at the same time, I wanted you to demonstrate how will you do, or how will you deal with that problem, because this is something that you would have dealt with there before, but you left it at that. Being the senior most politician in Meru, it exploded until it reached here. So how will you do, or how are you prepared to deal with that problem in an event that one will happen? Just that, Chair.
Yes, Governor.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Thank you, Chair. I will go ahead and extend olive branch to the MCs. I've not done it once, but I will again and again invite them so that we can sit together as leaders. If the issue is Wadford, they fast track and see that there is a legal framework for us to have the fund increased so that they will be satisfied.
Senator Kavintu.
Thank you, Chair. Madam Governor, we know you've been standing there for a long time, but just bear with us. I'll have only one question, and this is from the volume 1 of the MCA's, accusation. And this is in page 18, which is incitement, bullying, vilification, and misleading of leaders against, misleading campaigns of against other leaders. Madam Governor, according to the witnesses who stood on that deck there and spoke, majority of them accused you of not having respect for any of the leaders, especially elected leaders of Meru County. What can you tell this committee about that allegation, and what are you prepared to do moving forward to make sure that you can work with the Meru people, and even if not now, in future, and for your own goodness, being a bishop, somebody who is called by God? What can you say about this allegation? Because it came out more than anything else.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. One of the reasons as to why maybe we are here, it is about the funds, and at the same time being an independent governor. When I assumed office, a lot of people came on board, including leaders. And I want to bring to your attention that it is too early for one to judge a person. I'm in the process of learning a lot of things. I'm in the process of trying to organize my government. And maybe there are some people who feel that I should come to aid or do what they want me to do within a very short period. This is too early for me, maybe to give people some favors, which I don't believe in, Honorable Senator. But I'm ready, and I've been ready to work with all leaders, not only elected leaders, but any other leader, including the Nyumba Kumi and chiefs and everybody else. And if I was rude and the behavior as it has been narrated by the MCAs, I don't think the Meru people would have given me such a big position.
In fact, to be very clear, not only the MCAs and not only the leaders of Meru, that goes to even the Catholic Church. The father who stood in that deck yesterday, he was really, really bitter. To an extent, he said that, I don't know if you were here, but I think you were here. He said that there is no forgiveness in such a case like this. Yeah, and if a man called of God can say that there is no forgiveness, and Jesus says that we should forgive 77 times 7 in a day, then that really left me with a lot of questions. And I know at times things happen and things are said. When I was campaigning last year, many things were said about me. But you know what? I went above the things. Governor, I would advise you to go above the issues that you are going through. And I know it is doable because I did it myself personally. And I know you can do it and you can overcome.
Thank you.
If you go to the Leadership and Integrity Act of 2012, page 9, 8 and 9, and you read there, you will see the things that our government and our laws require of us as leaders, because there are requirements for us to follow as leaders so that we can be at peace with the others. I know we cannot appease everybody, but at least let 90 out of 100 be at peace with you. Then that way you'll be able to deliver your mandate. And Chair, if you allow me, I will speak to Madam Governor as an elder sister now and advise you. Please, I know it is hard. It is not easy to handle a whole county. And it was not easy also for you to go through the campaigns. I know you were hurt by many people. But that hurt now, take it out of your heart so that you can love those people and serve them. Because they are your people now. And you are their governor. And they should all come to you as the CEO of the county, as the overseer of the properties of the county of Meru. And if you do that, God also will bless you. And what do you think people think about you, a bishop, and then they're accusing you of all those things that they are saying? You know, the name of God is looked down upon, and that is not godly. Just raise above the bar, and God will bless you. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. And maybe in just 2 minutes, I humbly request to put this clear, that the felicitation of the Catholic priest who was here is not that I don't want to work with the men of God. It was purely an issue of finances, whereby I'm supposed to pay invoices and funds out of law. And I don't think that is my mandate, Honorable Senator, not to be accountable so that I please everyone. It is against the law that I should bend and break the law to appease or to please everybody. Honorable Senator, I want to bring to attention that all the wrangles and all the problems, the only source is funds. To the issue of MCAs, nothing else. It is about funds. It is about the process of procurement, which I'm not ready to break as a bishop and also a leader. I'm not ready to excuse any person, maybe wearing a title of a clergy, to loot public land so that I look good to everybody. Even Jesus himself did not look good to everybody. He earned Judas in his team. But for me, Honorable Senator, I believe that I am a woman of God, and the Bible says that we thrive to get peace. It is not easy, but the Bible says that thrive to be at peace with everyone. I have done so, but I'm not ready to break the law so that I will look good to people. Thank you, Honorable Senator.
Thank you. I want to allow Senator Mandako to make.
Thank you very much. Two questions. First, I want to remind the Honorable Governor that I hope she still remembers she's under oath. I want to reconfirm from you, Governor, is it true that the contracts of the directors that we discussed had expired? Are they still earning a salary? Two, would you be okay if this committee seeks further information on that, including getting the whole IPPD payroll here for analysis to just confirm that those directors are not earning?
Honorable Senator, I want to confirm that the post that has been advertised, as much as I know from the Public Service Board, are vacant. In the previous regime, we had people taken from other departments to do jobs which were not meant to be done by them. By the time I came on board, they were taken back to their departments. That's why, up to now, I don't have a protocol director. I don't have a monitoring and evaluation director. So many offices are vacant. And that's why I sought advice from Public Service Board. If at all they can assist me to get my office running. I was advised that the previous regime and the contract which has now expired. And that's why maybe the Public Service Board advertised the positions. There is no way, Honorable Chair, that the Public Service Board will go ahead and advertise a position that has a person in office.
Thank you.
Chair,
and
Chair,
to conclude for us, just
allow me to finish this one question.
Just a minute. Oh, I thought you had two.
No, it was that for clarification. Thank you very much. Governor, on the matter of forceful entry to the Assembly, you are received by the Speaker, you signed the visitor's book, you are ushered into the chambers, you sat in your seat correctly, and the Speaker invited you to address the County Assembly. As soon as you had begun delivering your State of County address, there was a walkout by the members of County Assembly. Was there any MCA left in the chamber that alerted the Speaker that there was no quorum in the House?
No MCAs.
So the Speaker, so are you telling this evening that the Speaker on his motion noticed there was no quorum and adjourned the House?
He noticed in his own capacity that there was no quorum and adjourned the House.
Thank you very much. If I was there yesterday, the Council for the County Assembly had some questions to answer. Thank you.
Chair, one more.
Thank you. Before I give you, I saw the light of Okechi. Okay, let's just sum it up. Thank you, so that we get this.
I just wanted to check with you, Chair, whether these were final remarks, and in that case I can proceed. If you're still interrogating the witness, then I'll wait for me to make my final remarks.
I forgot in my line of thoughts just one question to the Governor. Your Excellency, this committee is going to give recommendations, and they can go either way. What if, I want to hear your thoughts, because I said here yesterday, I think it was yesterday or in the morning, that from what I have seen here, the problem is more egocentric than constitutional crisis in the county. What if this Senate was to propose that the President invokes Article 192 of the Constitution that says the President can dissolve a county government if a commission of inquiry has been formed to investigate? But if this committee was, the Senate was to propose that, because it seems that nobody wants to work with the other, what would be your comment?
Thank you, Honorable Senator. I think, to me, it would be unfair to me, because it is barely 3 months that I've been in the office. It is good to give some issues time. There's a saying that says, time heals. Maybe we are in the process of, or we are in the teething problem, whereby the governor and the MCAs, because during my campaigns, I was doing it all alone. I've never had a chance to mingle with the MCAs, not any one of them. We just met after elections. And I thought it was good for us at least to have time together, work together, and see if these problems will be healed by time, if not mediation. But from my side, I'm ready. And I have been doing so from the word go, trying to bring them on board, including appealing to the President of the Republic of Kenya to try and unite us. That shows the willingness to work with them. Thank you, Honorable Senator.
Chair, just...
1 minute, members. Let me ask my 2 questions, then we shall make a decision on how to use time. We need to sort out some issues so that I can contribute during report writing. 1, the County Assembly has filed a document, and on page 59, the County Assembly has attached a letter from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. I would like you to clarify whether you have ever appeared before EACC to respond to charges.
The EACC wrote to me after a letter.
Have you appeared to EACC?
No.
No.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Number 2, it is all not about what fund, because one of our witnesses, I think it was Lucy, from the Lucy or Eunice, from the Lucy, Lucy told her that your interpersonal skills are so bad that you don't recognize nominated MCS. You tell them women who won their seats through the blanket. Can you, under the blanket, can you speak to this evidence so that we know how to treat it?
The evidence, Honorable Chair, is null and void. I have never, to any MCA, that she was given a chance under the blanket.
The last point that I have is your husband, the first gentleman. Looking at MCS, both on the videos and here, they are not mad people. It looks like they find it difficult to work with your husband. Given that it is a fact of law that there is no budget for the office of First Lady, First Gentleman, First anything. There's no such a budget, there's no such a law under the county government. Are you prepared to ask your husband to take a backstage and keep out of any offensive public functions? And by this I mean the functions where he wouldn't be needed. Would you be prepared for purposes of Meru going forward?
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Point of order, Chair.
Point of order, Chair.
Point of order, Chair.
Point of order. There are many now.
Here.
Start with Esther and come.
I'll come to Mandako later. Yes, Esther.
Yes, you are actually cautioning the council there against addressing the first gentleman as your husband.
No. I was cautioning him about the English.
And you're using the same.
Just a minute. That husband of yours. There's a difference in English between that husband of yours and your husband. That husband of yours is abusive, but your husband is respectful. That's it.
Chair, let me defend you from Senator. He has used it properly.
Yes. Yes.
Chair, with a lot of respect to you, Chair, I want to completely disagree with you. In that, the first gentleman of Meru County in social events, Chair, can be sent by Her Excellency to represent her in functions. Mr. Chairman, it is a tradition all over. And it's a practice that has been practiced by all governors when they are unable to attend functions, Chair, that are not official in nature or social in nature within their counties or even outside their counties. They have sent their spouses to represent. So we are not going to gag the first gentleman of Meru to attend social functions, Chair. We have, I think there is, we are just found in a situation where we are not used to having the first gentleman. In fact, I was asking, when they go for the first spouses meeting, there would be only 7 men out of how many women. It's a very unusual situation that we have to learn to get used to. However, what we don't expect is the first gentleman to get involved in the running of the affairs of the county government of Meru. Two, Chair, I'd also asked for a point of order earlier, and you asked me to wait on the Okolea program. Unless there is complete evidence that the governor is using county resources to run Okolea, it will not be fair to ask the governor to abandon a program that she has built for over 10 years. Chair, you are aware that leaders run their personal foundations, not necessarily for official work they are doing, Chair, but to address other societal social issues that cannot be addressed using public resources, unless there is completely evidence that Okolea is being run by public funds. It would, in my considered opinion, it would not be fair to ask the governor to abandon a program she has started and run for 10 years. And for 10 years, she was not the governor of Meru and the program was running. So I think we have to get evidence that Okolea is using county resources for us to really ask the governor to abandon that kind of program.
Point of order,
Very well.
so
I
that
think,
when you rule,
let me handle this point of order.
you can rule for
I
both.
think you have a point of order.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my point of order, Chair, is about the timing, because we are at midnight, and the timing that we had given, or the direction, is that we'll go for recess or some break, then we come back for the final submissions. It's already midnight, and if we continue like this, then we'll stay up to morning. Please, I seek your indulgence.
Thank you. That is for you, with your intelligence. Members, we try to be reasonable when we are in session. I was very specific that could the Senate, the governor, clarify whether the first gentleman, your husband, who appears to offend quite a number of people, specifically MCS, could step back from public functions, the official functions. In the many years I've been in public service, I have never seen the First Lady address an official function of government. Not Jamhuri Day, not Mashujaa Day, nothing. But social issues, including matters of religion, you can go on with it. The videos I've seen, your husband is very conspicuous. Not in a bad way, but he likes his music. He's like me. I'm very conspicuous with my bulls. So that's how people are. So is it possible that we step back? Governor Mandako, as far as my advice on the Okolewa is concerned, I wanted you to learn from Governor Kreitu, a man we respect a lot. He's a senior counsel. He knows the law. You saw when he wanted to continue with those kind of activities, he regularized. Tuaweza? It's called Tuaweza? Yeah. He regularized it. And the lawyers are here will tell you, by allowing the CEC to make a resolution it made, it regularized it so that this could be able to be above board in terms of spending on it. So if Okolewa must go on, you should see a way of either divorcing it completely or regularizing by asking your county executive committee to take a position on it so that we don't break the law. I can hear members wanting to confirm.
One more thing I forgot, Chair.
1 minute. Mwaruma? Mwaruma, you have something. I'll come to you, Tobiko. Mwaruma, I saw you talking.
No, I have said, I had talked about the timing.
Okay.
That we need to reduce on
okay.
what we are doing so that we can go for a break.
Okay.
And come back for the final submissions.
Okay.
Others would spend the whole night here.
Tobiko?
Yeah, Chair, my two supplementary questions, and I'm not going to add anything. One, Governor Kawera, do you have a technical team of advisors?
Yes, I have a
because
legal
this
advisor.
looks like there are too many goofs in the short term you have been there.
I have advisors.
Two.
State their names and what they advise you on.
I have a legal advisor by the name Adero, political advisor by the name George Mungania, and economic advisor by the name Kiambi.
Two, notwithstanding the fact that you're popularly elected, do you really have the capacity to bring Meru together? Do you have the capacity to lead Meru? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Senator, I have the capacity to lead Meru, and not only capacity, but extra capacity, because of the grace by God, the spiritual anointing added to the political will makes it big. And just give us time, Meru will be the best county among the 47 counties of Kenya.
Yes, Mandako?
Yes, Chair. Let me ask the governor. In her last statement, she said she has done everything possible to try and bring the leaders of Meru together, including asking the president. Madam Governor, the president was in your county. You deliberately skipped to attend that function. Is it true, really, what you are telling us?
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Some issues I will not discuss in this place, given the sense that the one I may discuss I'm not mandated, but I did not skip the meeting just for the sake of doing it. There was communication, and I don't want to lay it to this House.
Chair, Madam Governor cannot say, I've reached out, and when we ask her whether she skipped, she becomes dodgy. Madam Governor, if you read again the County Government Act and the functions of the various organs, the senior-most leader in the county is the governor. And by law, the governor can ask for a meeting of all the leaders to discuss. Are you telling this sitting that you explored all those options so that by the time you are here, all options of mediating or trying to mitigate these matters had been exhausted? And if that is so, because the decision of this committee will go either way, we can agree with the county assembly or not agree with them. Would you be comfortable, you as the senior most leader of Meru, if the decision of this committee is to agree with the impeachment and Meru County has to go to election 3 months after general election?
Thank you, Honorable Senator. May I say that I am able to bring all leaders together. But you've seen from the videos that have been played here, the MCAs insisting in their music that it's kaende, kaende. There is no way I could have convinced them. We sit down. They said unless they bring their governor to Senate. That is the only time we shall sit down and talk. And that's why you saw them in the video singing that they will not stop. And they will not accept anyone to talk to them unless they take their governor to Senate. And because maybe they have fulfilled their desires, they will accept, we sit down and talk. But it's very unfortunate, Honorable Chair, that not once have I invited them, we sit and have dialogue. I don't know, and I don't want to put it, but maybe there are some influences which I don't want to allege, that some people somewhere maybe have been sponsoring the MCs with some reasons best known to them. But because we have reached at this level, let us give it some more time.
Very well. Madam Governor, I would like you to take what Senator Mandako has said seriously. Everything is based on the Constitution. And this Constitution anticipates the following: that the county government of Meru can go on without you.
Yes.
The same Constitution does not anticipate the county government of Meru going on without MCS.
Yes.
So you must go all out of your way. I don't know how this committee will decide, and find a way of working with MCAs. Because they can go on without you, you cannot go on without them. What do I mean? This impeachment can decide to send you away, and a new governor will come into office. And the MCAs will be in office. On the flip side, for the MCAs to go away, they can only go away under 192 with you through suspension of the government. After 90 days, you go into election, and that's the end of you. So you need them more than they need you in terms of survival. So should this committee so decide, you have to bend your way backwards. And I think, don't listen to me, the only person who have spoken to your heart here is Senator Kabintu. Become friends with her.
Point of order, Chair.
Yes.
On your last statement, let me also go on record to differ with you that the MCAs also need the governor of Meru as much as the governor of Meru needs the MCAs. You can buy time, Chair, and remain for 5 years, but I can assure you they will not be re-elected. And if they want to learn a lesson, they can visit Makueni County.
Okay, so Governor, I would now like to congratulate you and thank you for your patience. There are many who came on my page and attacked me that you have allowed the governor to take the podium and she's going to destroy herself. She's going to destroy the evidence because she's a very temperamental person. I started panicking because I didn't want us to spoil this beautiful process that we have achieved. You've come out very well. You've maintained your composure. You've been able to respond to all questions. We thank you. I thank the other parties, especially the governor, for the way you have guided her. And I want to thank the county assembly for the respect that we have maintained, because I thought this was going to be a very hot session. Thank you so much for all this respect. This is now 15 minutes past 12. We want to reconvene at 30 minutes past 12 so that we do submissions either way. Do I take it that you want to submit for 30 minutes? Council for the County Assembly?
Yes, Chair, we would pray for 30 minutes, and I'll be sharing that 30 minutes with my colleague, Mr. Jacob Ngwele.
Thank you. The Governor?
Equally, Honorable Chair, 30 minutes will do for us. We'll share it between myself and my learned friend.
Very good. So, my good kid sister, Her Excellency the Governor of Meru, please step down. Your session is now over.
Thank you.
So, mwanzo kupanga vitu. Au sio? Hii yangu mpepe tumpeleke huko, nitatumia maneno yenye nitaandika hapa. Kazi. Very nice. So, members will withdraw to the lounge a little bit for 15 minutes.
A few weeks ago when I was in Accra, they were having this session about, discuss your struggles and all. Like, and I'm thinking some of them are younger people. I said, I'm going to come from Kenya
to go discuss
my alcoholic dad or whatever.
That's serious. So we are minority together with this guy.
Because this time she was caviar as the African woman that she was.
What to do? I mean, generally you reach a certain age and you're caviar.
Yes, and she's beautiful. And she's a Kenyan woman. She was beautiful.